Now at 6, another morning for the jacket. I'm also tracking another cold front headed toward the Gulf Coast, how that impacts your weekend coming up.
After severe storms roughed up the Gulf Coast this hurricane season, NBC2 showing you the deadline you need to stick to get help from FEMA.
Pulled over for posing as someone else, but it's what was found inside a wannabe CI agent's truck. It's turning heads right now at 6.
Like the sunglasses.
Thank you. It was bright out there.
I was going to say, it looks like you got pulled over there.
I was incognito.
Well, good Friday morning, everyone, and thanks for counting on NBC2 News today. I'm Alan Campbell.
I'm Lisa Spooner. This morning, we're hearing from NBC2 First Alert meteorologist Jason Dunning, who we sent outside in the cold.
Good morning, Alan and Lisa. Yeah, it is quite the chill again this morning as temperatures have tumbled back down into the 40s and 50s across the Gulf Coast. There's something else I want to mention too. If you're heading out in the next few minutes, I want you to make sure to look up because we have a meteor shower that peaks here during the pre-dawn hours. Probably one of the best meteor showers of the year. Now, we do have some high, thin clouds out there that's helping to filter out the sky a little bit. It might help to block some of those shooting stars, but overall pretty good viewing conditions. And you have another few minutes to see it before the skies start to illuminate. Now, let's talk about the forecasts and let's track some of those temperatures as we kick off your finally Friday. It's pretty chilly out there, Florida cold at least. Upper 40s to lower 50s, and this is where we're headed as we go through the course of the day. Expect to see brighter skies today. We had some cloud cover out there yesterday. And while we're not going to have that full blast of sunshine and crystal clear blue skies, we will see plenty of sun, which will allow our temperatures to climb up into the mid-70s. So almost a carbon copy of what we saw yesterday. I want to give you a preview into the weekend because we have another front that's going to push through the Gulf Coast, and on Saturday, not even touching 70 degrees. And we'll talk about how cold it's going to get both Saturday and Sunday morning behind this next cold front head in your First Alert forecast.
All right, sounds good, Jason. Thank you. Well, folks, it's no secret. It was a rough hurricane season for all of us along the Gulf Coast. With storms like Debbie, Helene, and Milton, a lot of communities are still working to recover. And if this includes you, well, listen up this morning because the deadline to get hurricane help from FEMA is coming up fast. NBC2's Lacey Lee is live and local from Del Prado Boulevard South in Cape Coral. You know, Lacey, people have to pay close attention if they plan to file for help from FEMA, especially if they were affected by several of these storms.
Definitely, Alan. You know, recently FEMA just released that they've been approved $6 billion for recovery efforts from Helene, Milton, and even Debbie. And that's why they are urging homeowners, if you have been infected or impacted by those hurricanes, you should definitely apply now because you only have just a matter of days left until next Tuesday, January 7th, to do so. And if you are a homeowner or even a renter that's been impacted by last year's storms, you can apply online. We've put those links up on our website for you. You can also apply using FEMA's app or simply calling them. Important note, you need to make sure that you create an account on FEMA's website if you do not have one already. And there you'll need to provide your social security number, your annual household income, as well as your insurance, bank, and contact information. You'll also need to tell FEMA what damages you had, whether to your home, your car, and what kind of needs you have, like groceries or clothing, and what other expenses you have from lodging, medical, or even child care costs. And one more thing, if you have applied for FEMA assistance after Hurricane Helene and had any additional damage from Milton, well, you'll have to apply for Milton separately. Now, again, you only have until January 7th to apply. And if you have any more questions, we've put all the information up on our website for you. And for now, reporting local here in Cape Coral, Lacey Lee, NBC2.
You know, FEMA is known for taking deadlines seriously, too. In November, the agency put Fort Myers Beach on probation, keeping people from getting discounts from the National Flood Insurance Program. That decision came after months of back and forth between FEMA and Lee County leaders when the agency accused a handful of our local communities for doing unpermitted recovery work after Hurricane Ian. While all the other towns in unincorporated Lee County were able to get the flood discount back, FEMA did not give the 25% discount to Fort Myers Beach, citing unsafe structures in a high-hazard flood zone.
Time right now is 6:05. A North Fort Myers insurance agent accused of stealing thousands of dollars from clients is now without a law firm. The Wilbur Smith law firm confirms it's withdrawing from client Reed McDaniel. McDaniel is charged with embezzlement and grand theft. The Department of Financial Services says a Cape Coral business owner paid McDaniel Insurance Solutions more than $22,000 for 2 insurance policies. Well, just a few weeks later, they were canceled for not paying. A hearing is scheduled later this month. McDaniel was arrested in August. McDaniel Insurance Solutions shut down and policyholders were assigned new agents.
Today, the popular Casablanca restaurant in South Fort Myers will reopen after a man is accused of killing his own brother in the parking lot. And today, that brother accused of pulling the trigger is expected in court. NBC2 brought you to this breaking news scene early yesterday morning.
So we know that restaurant is on Marketplace Road, just off Daniels Parkway, next to the I-75 interchange. Deputies say Stephen Anthony Iglesias Jr. shot his brother Christopher in the head after they got into a fight. Their father says Steve was in the military and struggled with PTSD. NBC2 will let you know what we learn in the courtroom today.
In just a few hours, the man accused of killing a toddler and seriously hurting a woman is expected in court. Alex Kwong Wen was arrested on multiple DUI charges after the Lehigh Acres crash that happened in March of 2024. So here's where that crash happened, at the intersection of State Road 82 and Gunnery Road in Lehigh Acres. You could see just how badly the vehicle was smashed up. FHP says Wen crashed into the back of that car, causing it to veer off the road and into some trees. A 2-year-old was killed, and a 7-year-old and 30-year-old woman were both hurt. Wen is expected in court at 1:30 this afternoon.
Also in court today, the couple accused of sexually abusing their family dog. Samantha White is accused of sexual acts with the dog that allegedly happened several times, while John White allegedly recorded it. The couple was first charged in February. Then in July, new charges were filed against the couple for child pornography. The two are expected in court this afternoon at 1:30. NBC2 will let you know what happens.
This morning, a Cape Coral man accused of pretending to be a CIA agent with guns and fake passports is waking up in jail. Now federal agents are investigating him. Florida Highway Patrol says Jorge Alfonso pulled out a fake CIA counterterrorism and Secret Service ID. But they knew something was off. This happened New Year's Day along I-75 at the Collier Boulevard interchange near Naples. Troopers spotted a truck, and there were 2 major red flags. The first was there was a woman inside acting distressed and waving her hand. Second, the truck had emergency lights, even though it clearly was not an emergency vehicle. Then, once troopers searched the truck, they found several guns, bulletproof vests, and fake passports inside his truck.
Oh my gosh, he was taking that like too serious. Like he had everything, the guns, the passports, everything. And then the police badges. The CIA right there. No, that's crazy for real. He's like a top-notch actor.
Alfonso, a Cape Coral resident, originally from Cuba, is now facing serious charges. As for the woman in distress in the truck, we have reached out to state troopers to find out how she's doing, but we have not heard back.
A Lee County deputy on the job for less than a month is now at the center of an investigation. The sheriff's office tells NBC2 they're doing an internal investigation involving Deputy Anthony Molinaro's personnel file and also its contents. Deputy Molinaro was a former Pennsylvania police chief who was fired for allegedly falsifying documents, insubordination, and other acts. Newspaper reports in the Pittsburgh region say Molinaro was accused of assaulting his father and headbutting him. Those charges were later withdrawn. The investigation comes at the same time the FBI is investigating Sheriff Carmine Marcino for alleged money laundering.
Today, the man facing first-degree murder charges for a woman's overdose death is expected before a judge. Florida State Attorney Amira Fox says Anthony Hicks gave the woman a pill and told her it was Percocet, but it was actually laced with fentanyl. The 25-year-old woman later died. This happened back in October of 2023. Hicks is expected in court at 8:30 this morning, and we'll let you know what happens.
Well, right now, Florida Highway Patrol needs your help finding the driver who slammed into 2 women that just took off. Happened on Texas Avenue and Jennings Street in Collier County just after 8 a.m. New Year's Day. Troopers say the driver hit the women who were walking on the sidewalk in Naples Manor. Florida Highway Patrol shared this video of the suspected driver walking away from the car involved in the crash. Our crew also saw tire tracks at the scene. I want you to take a look at the image now of the windshield of the black Buick that was found abandoned at a home nearby on Holland Street with no license plate.
I never seen this before, you know, so it's and it's 2 women. That's sad. You should watch who's in the road and drive careful.
Both women were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. This morning, if you have any information, give Florida Highway Patrol a call. Park vandals in Marco Island, how you can help police catch the culprit next.
Plus, a shooting in Louisiana affecting events here at home. How the Fort Myers Art Walk may look a little different today.
Our first alert, meteorologist Jason Dunning. Time to come back inside and warm up. It is a chilly start to the morning. We're tracking temperatures right now. Look at this. In the 40s and 50s, getting even colder tonight. We'll preview that weekend forecast ahead at 6:15.